Okay, y'all, this your boy B, coming back at you with a story to tell. So, I'm not in my truck. I'm in the house, been in the house, stuck in the house. This is the reason why I'm coming at you from my little in-house studio. Anyway, somebody smashed my truck. Somebody smashed my truck, and so I've been out of work for close to 3 weeks, going on 3 weeks. Um, Story is, I was in Shreveport, Louisiana, visiting family. Well, I was on my 34, visiting family. I think I stayed the night. Maybe got there Friday night, stayed Saturday, came back to the truck on Sunday. Got back to the truck, pulled up to the truck. Something wasn't right. Um, my headlight was smashed. I saw some damage to the right side hood of my truck. And my right headlight was totally smashed. Of course, I got there at 9 o'clock. It was in the evening, so it wasn't visible at first. But got there, and I was distraught. Of course, anybody would be distraught. See their truck, something happened, some damage to the truck. I walked around, looked and inspected, and I was just distraught. There's no words. Anyway, I couldn't get my mind together to think of what I had to do. Like, so many thoughts go through your mind when something like that happens. Whether it's your truck vehicle or your regular vehicle, there's just so many thoughts. Like, you're like, am I going to be able to work? Am I going to be able to pay for my bills? And what's going to happen? What do I need to do to make this right? And so anyway, got in there. I guess my one of my main concerns was, is the truck going to start? Am I going to be able to start it tonight? And so um, went in there, turned ignition, truck started. I was happy because there was not a lot of internal damage that would keep it from running. There was one issue, and that was the fact that there wasn't the air. I couldn't figure out why there was no air circulating, so it wouldn't. The brakes would not release, and so that was the issue. So I stayed the night in the truck. I had the option of going back to my relative's house, but I decided to stay in the truck so I could think this over. Excuse me. Um, so I stayed in the truck that night, got up early on a mission, and I said, well, the first thing I need to do is call the police, make a police report. So I did that. I called them. Police came, and the first thing that they said was, well, we already have information. We took pictures, and I was shocked because they had just pulled up saying this to me. They said, well, we took pictures and stuff like that, and so I have no idea what they're talking about at this point. And so the guy said, the police officer said, no, what happened was the guy that hit your truck was honest enough to file a police report. So we already have all of his information, plus we took pictures for you. That was like a heavy weight lifted. Like, you would not believe that was a heavy weight lifted. It just took some of that off of me, so I didn't have to take care of that part. I can move on to other things as far as insurance and things of that nature. So the police left. I thanked them for coming out. And then I called his insurance, the guy's insurance. He was a Schneider driver. And so I called the Schneider driver, called his insurance, and they were nice. Lady adjuster, she was very nice, and she said that. And I said, well, what about loss of wage? She said that we do pay loss of wage, 320, and they base that off of Ryder truck rental. And so Ryder truck rental, I guess, is 320 a day. So that's what they based it off of. And I said, oh, that's cool. I mean, I think I can get more, but all of it's a blessing. So, and plus I was thinking maybe I can fight it later, if I wanted to, if I had to. So she told me to submit, get an estimate of everything, and they would take care of it. Submit it, give it to them. They would take care of it. Easy enough. So I called. First of all, I had to find out why the truck wouldn't move. So I called a 24-hour mobile mechanic. They came and they told me it was an air dryer problem and the air wasn't circulating because there's a leak. So they fixed the air dryer. Of course, they taxed me. It's to be expected from a mobile mechanic. And they did that for 2,000. And then I was able to move because I was under a load at that part. At that point, I had to deliver in Dallas, and so the mobile mechanic came out, and he fixed that problem. That made me able to move the truck. So, what else? What else did I do? I think I'm missing something. I called my insurance before I moved the truck, and I let them know. I took pictures and I told my insurance what had happened, and their main concern was, well, who's going to take care of it? Is it us or is it the other insurance? Schneider Insurance. And I said, well, I'm going to give them a chance, but so they said, well, look, if you're going to do it that way, then go ahead and take care of it. Let them take care of it, and then if you have any issues, then give us a call. So um, I, I went through there and I went through the guy's insurance or whatever. Everything went well. I um, I went on and submitted the paperwork or the estimate. Got the estimate, submitted it. I was able to make my delivery in Dallas. I live in Houston, so then after I went to Dallas, I came on to Houston, parked the trailer, and took the truck to the Freightliner. So days went by and I hadn't heard anything. So then when I did hear from them, the adjuster said, "Look, this is what's going to happen. Uh, we don't think we want to dispute the estimate, which was 15,000. They said that there's some things in the picture that they cannot see that they're being charged for, and they don't. They're going to fight it. They want to fight it. So I told the lady, I emailed the lady, and I said, well, I just need the truck fixed, and if you're not going to fix it, then maybe either maybe I need to go through my insurance, and maybe get legal representation. And the email back to me was basically, uh, do what you got to do. I wasn't expecting that answer because at that point I thought everything was up and up. I thought, the guy, I mean, they're responsible. Their driver hit my truck and it was no fault of mine. They should just fix it. And it wasn't that easy. And what I didn't know is that, it's a whole different ball game with trucks, like with big trucks. Like they're not going to, openly get you a rental and pay for your damage, and it's a fight. It's a fight. And I guess anything commercial, I should have expected that. um, because anything commercial, um, it could be severe. You know, big payouts and stuff like that. They're gonna fight you. And I just didn't know that they fight me for what the estimate was 15,000. They agreed to pay 9,500. So at that point, it just was what it was. Like, they told me to take care of it, do what you got to do. Um, I am glad that one, I have insurance, which I have to. I'm a Landstar driver. But not only that, I have loss of wage. So I guess when I chose this insurance, Gallagher, which I've heard that there's other companies out there that would do better as far as loss of wage, but Gallagher will pay 150. It's not a lot for a truck driver, but it is something. And then I'm hoping that later I'll be able to I'll continue to fight them to get the other part of my loss of wage because I do think that I'm owed more than what they're trying to give me. Other than that, I don't think, in retrospect, I don't think that I could have done anything different because I wasn't expecting Schneider to lowball me. Now, um, I just don't think that I could have done anything different. I did everything that I was supposed to do, and I thought that they would just handle their business automatically. But I guess I'm green in thinking that it could be so easy. Um, Otherwise, now that my insurance is coming into play and helping out and taking over, it should go smooth. Smooth. They've already told me that they're gonna cut a check. Anything past 15,000, they would have to go to upper management or whatever. And it is slightly over 15,000 the repairs, but everything will happen now that they're involved. Everything's gonna go the way that it should go. Um, anyway, there's not anything else. I just wanted to let you guys tell you guys that story so that you can maybe be more prepared than I was. Um, Other than that, I'm in house negotiating on bills. Um, there's a couple of late payments on some small things, but I've made the proper. A lot of people, if you just keep in contact with them and tell them, this happened or whatever, they'll work with you. Um, Other than that, everything's been going as smooth as it can be. Just keep in mind that we are at the low part of the totem pole. Like all the money gets taken before the drivers, and I have to keep that in mind. And it's not always they're not always going to play fair with us. At this point, until rates correct themselves, we're just going to have to survive. Anyway, this is your boy B. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up. All right. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Peace.